Canadians are about to head into the holiday season still feeling the impacts of the high cost of living, but spending is expected to rebound 10% from last year. That's according to a new outlook by Deloitte Canada. And joining us live now on BT is Marty Weintraub, the partner with Deloitte Canada and national retail leader as well. Thank you so much for joining us. You broke down a lot of these numbers. That 10% increase, yesterday we heard about inflation dropping for September. Good news for many, 1.6%. Is it that kind of financial optimism that's fueling this new increase in holiday spending?
I would say maybe a little bit, but to be honest with you, we're still not back to where spending was back in 2019, which was at about $1,700, which was much better than the $1,480 that we're seeing now. Truthfully, one of the main reasons why we're spending more is things cost more. And a good example of that is we look at the spending across all different categories, not just gift giving, but the gift giving portion alone is only going up about 4%. So you can kind of see the pressure on how much I'm going to spend to provide a gift versus grocery shopping, experiences, travel, etc.
Yeah, and there travel. You mentioned travel as well as donations. Surprisingly, those are the largest increases that you'd seen.
Yeah, travel 20%, donations 35%. Those are positive and indicative of a couple things. One is travel. People want to go out and they want to have experiences instead of stuff sometimes. And with charitable giving, this is the time to do it. In the past couple of years, it's been tough, and we saw that go down. So it's sort of uplifting to finally see that go up finally after a couple of years.
Well, that's really nice, actually, to hear that people are giving more when it comes to charity versus even gift giving for their loved ones.
Yeah,
right?
More than even they're buying for themselves, because we're seeing some of these self-gifting categories actually drop. Like, for example, apparel self-gifting is going to be down almost 10%. So instead of buying something for myself, I might donate or make a gift to somebody else.
Yeah, a lot of people will be shopping, of course, for those deals. But this year, that window to get the biggest deals, especially if you like to start your shopping around Black Friday, that window has shrunk a bit.
Yeah, we have 5 fewer days between Black Friday and the holiday today, so there's going to be a compressed period. About 67% of that spend is going to happen after Black Friday, so we're calling it, war of the season for retailers fighting for those precious dollars. It's all going to start, and 42% of Canadians think the best deals will be on Black Friday, so it's going to be busy out there during that time.
And online shopping, no surprise here at all that online shopping, again, every year has ticked up in terms of the amount of shoppers' budgets that are going to online purchases. What does it look like this year?
Yeah, we're seeing about 43% of the spend going to go online. That's versus about 36% in 2019. So we see that creeping up. In fact, one of the reasons we believe that's happening is there's a rise now of these global marketplaces and online retailers like Tammie and Shein that are value-oriented, very convenient. So we're seeing some dollars flow to there. We're seeing probably an all-time high with TikTok and Instagram and all the social platforms. So those are starting to come into the mainstream.
Yeah, and a lot of people who are spending online, you're giving your information away. What happens and what has happened in the past, we've had some of these breaches, data breaches that we've been reporting in the news, all year long. How does a data breach then impact a shopper's behavior? Does it really?
Yeah, unfortunately it does. And we've seen a rise in cyber attacks, and they're very public, and you can't keep them quiet for too long. In fact, 24% of Canadians have been impacted by a retailer data breach. That's a quarter of Canadians. It's huge. And 40% of those Canadians are saying, if you mess with my data as a retailer, I'm not going to shop your brand or your store. So we're advising our retail clients to take cyber resilience very seriously, because it impacts where I choose to shop.
All right, Marty Weintraub, thank you so much for joining us here this morning. Some good information about the holiday outlook, and a lot of bargain hunters will be, I'm sure, keeping their eyes peeled very early.
Thank you, and spend that money.
Yeah, okay, get the economy going again,
yes.
Right? That's true. All right, thank you very much, Marty. 7:38 here on BT.